Hey everyone, it's Angus, and today I'm going to give you a full review of the Cubot King Kong Smartphone. Firstly, I'd like to thank Smart Wright for providing this to me. So let's get on with the unboxing. The packaging is quite nice, but also black and white, and fairly simple. So on the back of the packaging is some specifications. This phone is currently around £106 on Amazon, and the specs that are included on paper are actually quite impressive. Once we open the box, we are greeted with the smartphone, and it does become with a screen protector. However, I took this off. The design is meant to be very rigid and also waterproof with IP68 waterproofing. Included is a micro USB cable and also a wall adapter. It also comes with a screw for getting access to the SIM card tray. There are some instructions that are included, but the quick start guide that was included was absolutely useless. It just included some features that you can do in Android, but I didn't find it very useful, and I think you should just throw these away, to be honest. This phone is also rocking 2GB of RAM and also 16GB of internal storage. However, you can upgrade the storage with a expandable micro SD card. On the top is a flap which gives you access to a micro USB port for charging and also a headphone jack as well. And that is it in terms of ports. On the back of the phone are two dual speakers, but this can be really easily covered up when you are using it in portrait mode or landscape mode for gaming. It also has two cameras. The rear camera is 30 megapixels and the front-facing camera is 8 megapixels. It can record 30 FPS 1080p video, but the front-facing camera can only record a pathetic 640 by 480 resolution. The photos themselves are very average. It has major problems with exposure. I usually found that most photos were completely or entirely reliant on HDR. In fact, I've done an entire video on showing examples of what the cameras can do, and I will attach that. Panorama mode worked relatively well, but this is an example of a photo without HDR, and then this shows what it's like with HDR. And for me, that is just a major problem with the auto exposure. Yes, this is only a £100 smartphone, but the camera performance was quite disappointing and was probably the most disappointing thing of the phone. However, one thing that is good is the performance on this smartphone. Yes, while it does only have a 1280 by 720 5-inch smartphone touchscreen display, it actually was quite enjoyable to play games. I installed 4 games on this smartphone and performance was fine. Of course, I was expecting the frame rate to drop, and it did, but I was easily able to play multiple games and also switch between apps as well. So multitasking on this phone was absolutely fine. I even managed to play Real Racing 3, which is quite a graphical intensive game, and I managed to play this quite comfortably. It also has an accelerometer in it, so things like racing games work absolutely fine, and I enjoyed it. So if you're thinking about buying this for gaming, then go ahead. Of course, don't expect the performance to be outstanding, but for the money, the value is absolutely fantastic. During intensive use, the phone did get relatively warm, but it didn't get any hotter than my Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge would get. One thing that did annoy me is how it's very easy to cover up the dual speakers on the back, especially since these are the only speakers in the phone, and it's very easy to cover up and can ruin the experience. If you're planning on using these with headphones, then that should be fine. Overall, I've been quite impressed with this phone. It's targeted for those that want a very rigid and durable phone and also waterproofing, but also those that want good value as well. I think that some people may want to go elsewhere, considering it only has a 5-inch display, and also it isn't very high resolution as well. I've tested other phones by Cubot, and they do better phones with better displays than this, probably for around the same price. However, if you're looking for a very strong phone, then without a doubt this is a great phone to go with. Overall, I'm going to give this phone 4 stars out of 5, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. So there's my full review of this smartphone, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to give this video a like if you did find it helpful or enjoy it.